Hey everybody, Sean here from BoredParacord.com. Today I want to show you another one, and it's called the back-to-back Crooked River bar. It's kind of a mouthful there. This one is by Roland Moose, and it kind of builds upon JD's version or JD's Crooked River design. So the first thing I want to show you is that I fused two sections of paracord together. I've got neon yellow and black, and I've got I think 7 feet of each color. So let's go to the ends here. Now the ends, what I've done to the ends is I have heated them up just enough to where I could melt them with some of these pliers here. Just melt the ends to get the buckle, or to get through the buckle I should say. I'm just going to use a 1/2 inch black buckle. So the first thing we do is we take our buckle, go right down through the top, and pull about 4 or 5 inches through. Then we open up our long ends here, reach through the long ends and grab hold of the ends and pull all your slack through. And you're just going to pull until the fused section is in the back, just like that. The fused section is right there. So that gives you your cow's hitch. That's how you attach one end to your buckle. And then I like to flip it over so you got the back facing up. Pull all your cord through your fingers to get rid of the twisting. Now we're back to our ends here. So our buckle's facing up, we flip it back over, and our ends go up through the buckle this time. So from the back side to the front side, they go through the buckle. And I didn't melt this end very well, but I can still get it through there. There we go. Alright, and then pull all your extra through. Alright, we'll get this pulled out of there. And I know a lot of you guys are kind of wondering why I haven't been doing very many videos, and it's just because I'm working on a retail store right now, and it's got all my time wrapped up into that. But it's coming along. I would say probably mid-January 2015 is when we're going to do my grand opening. So just keep an eye out for that. Anyways, back to this basic bracelet shape right there. We have 2 strands that give you the 2 loops. Let's open this. Okay, so we have one end of our buckle this side, and then I have my extra going off to the left. And we'll set our length about right there. I think is probably pretty good. And then I have, so basically these 2 cords are coming up through the bottom of the buckle toward the top, one off to the right, the black off to the left. To start this, what I want to do is just a regular Solomon. So grab your left cord, create a loop on the left, take your black over to the right, over the center strands, yellow over top of the black, goes around the back and up through the loop on the left that you created in the first step. Now you can tighten this up. This isn't really part of the design of this bracelet, but it is what you use to lock the buckle onto this end. Now once you tighten this, just double check your length just to make sure. And like I always say, you want to measure right to the end of this buckle, to this ledge here. Don't measure what my finger is covering right now. That's going to be inside of the buckle, so you don't count that. And then you measure to the end of this side. Alright, so once you've done that and everything looks good, the first thing we're going to do is take your left cord and kind of create this, I like to call it an S loop. I'll zoom in just a little bit for you on this. So you're going to create your S loop there. So that's going over top of the center strands. Just like that. Now your right cord is going to cross over everything. It's going to cross over everything. So it's going to go over the 2 center strands, and it's also going to go over this loop right here on the right. And it's going to come down between where the yellow comes off this way and the center strands. It's going to go behind, so it's going to loop around, go behind, and then it's going to come up this loop, up through that loop right there. Just like that. and you're just going to pull that tight, pull all your slack out. Keep cinching it up as you do this. So you want to cinch it up, go that way. I like to squish it, kind of flattens everything out a little bit for me. Sorry about that, my phone was ringing there. Okay, so what you want to do here is you're going to create another S loop, but on the back side this time and with the black. So the black one, the cord on the right, you're going to do this S loop again, and it's going to be pretty much exactly what you just did, just flipped over to the back side. So now this yellow is going to cross over everything behind, come off this side. Okay, so I don't know, let's see if we can see this a little better. So basically all you're doing is taking this, let me start over, oh man. Alright, I guess that's what happens when you don't do a video for a while, you get a little rusty. Okay, so we have this S loop here. I'm just going to pinch this to make it a little easier. I'm going to take our left cord around the back, down between where the black jets off to the right and where your center strands are, and you're going to come up through that space there, cross over the center, and go down through the loop on the left. So this is exactly the same as you did, just on the back side of it now. Alright, then you can pull your slack, pull all your slack out, cinch it up, pull tight, cinch up, squish it a little bit, and now you might have to pull this yellow a little tighter there. And now we're back to square one. So there's really just two steps to this. So that was step 1 and 2, and then we're back to step 1. The S loop, cross over, go underneath and around to the back side and up through the loop on the right. Just like that. And then we're just going to tighten this up. Just like that. Not too hard. And do the same thing again with the black. Do your S loop behind the center strands. So the yellow is always in front and the black is always behind when you do these S loops. Okay. Now the yellow is going to cross behind the back, come up through this gap where the black goes off to the right and the center strands, and then cross over the center and down through the loop on the left. Just go ahead and get all that slack out of there. Get it tightened. Now if we did this right, we should be able to flip this over, and it's exactly the opposite pattern. It's the same pattern, just flipped colors. So the front, we have the black crossing over the center. On the back side, we have the yellow crossing over the center. Really cool design. I love it when the front looks like the back, just in reverse colors. It's just, I don't know, those are my favorite ones. So I'm going to do a couple more here real quick, and then I'll show you how to finish it up. S loop, cross over the center, around the back, and up through the loop. Here we go. Get that nice and tight. I'm a perfectionist when it comes to trying to make everything look nice and even. Alright, create the S loop behind. Yellow goes behind as well. Crosses over everything and goes down through the loop on the left. And through. And that's just that easy. The hardest part is probably doing the S loop in the back side. Now if you're not using a jig, what you can do is just flip it over. And that might make it a little easier, and just kind of do the same step as you did in the step 1. Your step 2, you just flip over, and it's the same as step 1. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and finish this on up. And if you look at this, this is the Parallax. Looks very similar to that. It's just that this is a back-to-back version. Alright, I'm going to finish this up and I'll be back. Alrighty, as you can see, I'm down to the bottom here. Looks like I've got room for just one more pass. I don't know if I can get another one in here or not, but it'll be pretty close. Make sure you're over that hump on the back. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to be able to get another one in there, so I'm just going to pull this nice and tight on the last one. And I think that this part right here is tight enough to where I don't have to worry about it slipping through if I melt it right there. And this side's definitely tight enough. Just make sure you get it nice and tight there, nice and snug down. See, now the cool thing about this is that the back looks just like the front, just reverse colors. Those are my favorite. Alright, so let's grab the scissors here. Cut the end off here, and these are my dull scissors because I got my other scissors somewhere else. Let's see if I can get a good cut. Wow, those are dull. That's why I haven't used them in a while. Alright, so I got at least 2 feet, maybe 2.5 feet left there. And this is a dual torch, a little bit more fuel efficient. I kind of have a little bit more control over this one. And use my smoothing tool here. There we go, smooth that over. And try and get a clean cut on this one. These are like trying to cut with those kindergarten scissors. There we go. Oh, that's great. I got fibers everywhere. Those little fibers make a mess. There we go. Smoothing tool. Get that nice and rounded. Well, there it is. Again, this is the... Yeah, see that mess I just made? I don't know if you can see that or not. Those fibers make a mess. Alright, anyways, the back-to-back Crooked River, inspired by JD's Crooked River design. This is by Roland Moose. I really like this design. Hope you like it too. Don't forget to check out the Facebook group, Paracord On, facebook.com/groups/Paracord On. That's where I hang out, and that's where you can post your stuff, post your videos, your pictures, your tutorials, whatever you want. As long as it's paracord related and you're not advertising, I don't mind. So, with that being said, please hit that subscribe button, and until next time, paracord on.